Hey everyone, John here, with even more Switch 2 news. And forgive me, it's boiling today, so if I die midway through recording, that's why. Just so you don't worry. Anyway, our first piece of news is somebody managed to get a Switch 2 edition of Rune Factory delivered around 10 days early. This comes from Mr. Evans78 on Reddit, and they were able to give us a bunch of really high quality pictures of not only the box, but also the inside, the cartridge, and they also showed it working on a Switch 1, which is very important. We did know that, but it was quite vague. It was only really Marvelous that stated this. Nintendo haven't themselves, so it's great to get a confirmation that this is the real deal. Anyway, here are some pictures. So we've got the main cover here, the back of the box, the spine showing the red Nintendo triangle, and then there's also a bunch of other images as well, such as a size comparison with the Switch 1 being the exact same. And I didn't actually notice that the banner stops at the same point too. Obviously Switch 2 has a much longer banner, but they are the same height, which I find interesting. The inside of the box, this one hurts my soul because it's just pure red, and it shows that if they are to do inside box arts, they're probably going to look like you're peering into the pits of hell. There's a comparison between the cartridges, but for now you can see there's a slight notch, which the Switch 1 doesn't have, but that's not going to stop you from playing them in a Switch 1, because this person put the cartridge into their Switch Lite, and it recognizes it as Rune Factory. So you put it in a Switch 2, it's going to recognize both the game and the upgrade pack. Put it in a Switch 1, it will just recognize the game and play normally. So you can in fact play Switch 2 editions on a Switch 1. Nothing will stop you. Not even Mr. Evans78. Not even he can stop you. And thanks to this cartridge, we now know what all the numbers and letters are on a game card, because we've seen a Switch 2 game card, a Switch 2 edition game card, and a game key card. And so a Switch 2 edition one that works on both a Switch 1 and a Switch 2, begins with LN, whereas a game key card begins with LP, and this very blurry Mario Kart one begins with LB. So LB, Switch 2 only, LP, game key card, LN, Switch 2 edition. There's also been a 4-minute overview trailer for the Super Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition game plus Jamboree TV, which yes, that's what they call it in the trailer. So many words. And this shows us some new stuff, including a tag team mode, which we hadn't seen before. This is basically teams, so you can play as 2 people on the same team versus 2 other people on the same team. We've had team minigames before, but just playing a team party game where you're working together, there's a new item that can teleport you to each other and get multiple stars at once. Just a really cool way of playing the core Mario Party in a different way. There's also Frenzy, which is just 5 turns long. Everyone starts with 50 coins, a star, and double dice. And it's just a very rapid form of Mario Party Jamboree. They show a bunch of stuff we have seen before as well, just sort of iterating upon what we already know. So a lot of the mouse games, the roller coaster, the camera stuff, and it is all looking pretty neat. But you know what's looking even neater? Fast Fusion! We've got a launch trailer for this thing, and that may feel weird, but we're a week away. We're so dang close, and we've never really seen this game in depth. We see very quick flashes. We've had a trailer before that's like 30 seconds long. This is our longest yet, at around a minute long. And unlike all the other trailers, we do see a little bit of actual gameplay in this one. And man, I'm gonna just stop yapping and let you watch the rest of this trailer. Looking rad as flip, Shinen. Now speaking about games we haven't really seen, we've never really seen the Switch 2 edition of Pokémon Legends ZA. So around a week ago, around 10 days ago, they shared Switch 2 edition screenshots of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet with the free update patch, and they're also in here. But let me just say, everything on this website is in 720p. And that's not to say that the games run at 720p, it's to say the screenshots, the images, the pictures are output, rendered, exported at 720p, which I don't know why you do that. I don't know why you do that, because there's no doubt that the game is much higher res than that. But this just gives you a really poor impression of how the game actually looks. But yeah, here's Scarlet and Violet. We've seen these before. And again, you can't really tell how good the image quality is. Better than Switch 1 at the very least. But then we've also got Legends Za running on Switch 2. We saw a little bit of footage of this in the Direct, but not a whole lot. And it's looking pretty clean. But again, stupid quality. We don't know what resolution we're actually looking at, but it looks pretty nice. That's all I can say. And then our last two, we got this one, and then this one. Yeah, so I think it's looking pretty cool. When they showed it off in the Direct, it was running at 60 FPS. Super smooth, quite jarring actually to see Pokemon running that well. I'm pretty excited to play this on Switch 2. But there's more stuff to talk about, guys, including Persona 4 Remake. This has not been confirmed, but it pretty much has now. So this was from a deleted Bluesky post from Yuri Lowenthal. Here's what it said. And for those who keep asking, no, I will not be returning as Yosuke for the Persona 4 Remake. I asked, maybe even begged, but they don't want me to come back. And all the replies, this is gone now, all the replies were like, dude, we don't know about Persona 4 Remake, this has not been confirmed. And to add to this, Chie's actress has said the same thing. For those asking, I have not been asked to reprise my role as Chie in the Persona 4 Remake. R.I.P. I am blessed to have recorded as many Persona 4 games as I did playing her. I don't know if these guys were aware that it hadn't been announced, but it feels like a major breach. But they will not be returning for this supposed Persona 4 remake, which we didn't know existed. It makes sense, but oops, whoops, big oopsie time. They did recast everybody in Persona 3 Reload, so I guess it's not crazy shocking. But when you have such an attachment to these characters, I can understand that they feel bad, but they probably should have just vented to their dog or something. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. So we've learned kinda what Pokemon ZA looks like on Nintendo Switch 2. We've seen more of Fast Fusion, we've seen a better look at Switch 2 editions, we've learned more about Mario Party, and we've learned about Persona 4 Remake, which is probably coming to Switch 2. I imagine Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor will come to Switch 2, there's no reason they wouldn't. Sega loves to port their stuff. But thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everyone.